Hi FlossTube, I'm Erin, the Krabby Stitcher on Instagram and here on FlossTube. This is my first FlossTube video, and I figured I would give you a little bit of background about myself before we jumped right on into whips. I am 30 years old. I am from Baltimore, Maryland, originally from Cincinnati, Ohio, so you'll see a lot of cardinals and crab things on this channel because that is what I'm obsessed with, and probably quite a few Harry Potter pieces along the way. If you're watching this video, probably for the first time, there's a good chance you came over here from the Stitchy Quest to destroy the One Ring over on Facebook. And I am one of your lovely admins over there, so hi! Welcome. You're getting to see my craft room for the first time for the most part. So without that, without further ado, sorry, I feel really awkward filming this. Hopefully it'll get better as we do more of these, so thanks for bearing with me and my awkwardness. So without further ado, let's jump on into stitching. And this week is the start of Jolly July. So for the month of July, you stitch Christmas patterns if you don't know, or you work on Christmas patterns. You don't have to do it exclusively unless you want to, but I don't want to, so I won't be. But I did do a Christmas start. This is called Christmas Deer. It is by Punchanka. I probably butchered your Etsy shop name, and I am super sorry, but it's linked in the description below so people can find you. Sorry again. It is called Christmas Deer. It is a deer with birds and ornaments in the pattern. And you can kind of see, I've got some of the antlers in, and I have one of the birds in. I would show you the pattern. I'm trying to get it so you can see the stitching on it. I think that's probably pretty good, even though it's tilted. But it is on 32 count Belfast, stamped with polka dots. I wish the polka dots were a little bit better, and I thought about reordering the fabric. But as all of you know, if you order something from 123 Stitch, you almost always order more than you want to, and I'm trying to behave myself, and I'm failing miserably. So another stitch start this week that I did was with Wendy, Stitching Nessie, and again Kate, who is Crafting Kate on Instagram, was Giant Harry Potter. And so we have this amount of progress. I'm really happy with it. I didn't get as far as I wanted to this week, but still we've done a lot of work on this, and I'm really, really happy. And I think we are going to be able to meet our goal this month, which is finishing the top 3 pages of Giant Harry Potter. So that's our progress. It's on 32 count Vintage Country Mocha. So love that fabric. You're going to see a lot of Vintage Country Mocha on this channel, just prefacing that. The other new start that we had this week, which I don't know why all of us decided to start on July 1st. There was like a ton of people across all of my Facebook groups and across Instagram that started on July 1st, started Pandemic. So Pandemic was the free sampler from Log Dog Samplers. Wow, words are hard. Here's my rather pathetic start on that. Again, I didn't have a lot of time to work on that because we were working on Giant Harry Potter and life and in general. And then the other new start that I had this week, and all of my whips this week are new starts. Like I said, it was start-itis week for me. Don't know what happened. I blame Kate. So, and that was on 36 count Antique Ivory Joplin. And I'm actually kind of really liking Joplin. It's my first real foray into Joplin. The other new start I have, which is also going to bring us into our haul section of this video, is Love Bits States, Maryland by Hindsight. And what you're going to find with this one is that it's basically done. The only thing that is missing is a charm that goes right here. And then this part down here has a border that you can kind of see, not a border, it's filled in, which you can kind of see on the M of Maryland. I tried to finish this morning, but I just wasn't feeling it. So sorry. But that's where I started. And like I said, it brings us to our first portion of haul, which is that crab needle minder. And I will try and bring it up to you so you can see, which I absolutely love. I got it from Galloway's Gallery on Etsy, and I will again link their shop below. But I just love that crab. And again, crabby stitcher, so crab needle minder. So this week I was really bad. I did a lot of shopping at our local L&S, which is the stitching post here in Catonsville, which is basically Baltimore. And got a lot of things. So, and I'll talk about another piece of haul that's coming later today that isn't here yet, but I was about to lose the light for this video, so I didn't want to do that. So the first thing that I bought is because Steph over at Just Keep Stitchin' is an enabler, and I just can't help myself, are these rainbow thread cutters. I've been looking for another pair of scissors that can kind of go in my travel bag. I have a really nice pair of gingers that I don't want to take out of the house, and then I have some folding whisker scissors that they're just not sharp enough. Like, they don't come to enough of a point for stitching. They'll do in a pinch. But they're more suited for what I bought them for, which was for crochet. So like I said, I bought these at the stitching post. They're 3 1/4 inch scissors, so they should be safe to take onto TSA planes if you want to travel. And they are in the color lavender. So I really, really, really like these. The other thing that I bought while I was at my L&S yesterday was the entire Santa's Village series from Country Cottage Needleworks. I'm not going to show you all of these because A, there's a massive amount of glare if I try, but they're just so freaking cute. So it's a 12-part series. I bought all of them. I think I'm not going to start them for Jolly July, but that's why they were out, was because our shop is participating in Jolly July in terms of having Christmas and July sales and all that kind of stuff. So I got those because I couldn't help myself, and they had the entire set, so I bought them all because, again, I have no self-control in a cross-stitch store. The other thing I bought, this one is from Little House Needleworks, and that is their Main Street series. I'm trying to get it so there's not glare on it. But this is the Station. I don't know if I'm going to stitch the entire series of this. I just really, really love the train that's on there. For those of you that don't know, I worked at Kings Island, which is an amusement park in Cincinnati. It's technically in Mason, Ohio. And I worked on the Miami Valley Railroad ride there, and so I still have trains that are very much a part of my life. The next pattern that I got, and I know I said I wasn't participating in Jolly July, but I am. And I'm doing that by purchasing Christmas patterns rather than stitching them. So the next one, I believe this was a market release from this year. It is called Struttin' by Teresa Kogut. Love, love, love this pattern. I just love that deer. He kills me. I love him. He's mine. I had to have him. I'm not going to show you guys this one just yet because it breaks the Christmas theme, so why not keep going? I got good, I think it's called Good Tidings. Oh gosh, I should have taken these out of the plastic. That's probably the best we're gonna do. It's Merry Christmas, Good Tidings. I love the little bird and the little tree branch. I love it. Again, as you can see, it's by the Drawn Thread. And then, oh man. Again, Pam and Steph and your enabling. So you've probably seen Pam's finish this week, I think it was this week, of Charlie Harper's Christmas Capers. Like I said, I'm from Cincinnati. Charlie Harper is a staple. You grew up in Cincinnati, you know who Charlie Harper is. You just do. I didn't know they were Charlie Harper cross-stitch patterns. So I immediately had to go look for this raccoon pattern because, again, I am obsessed. So everywhere I found this pattern, it was like at needlepoint stores, and they were hundreds of dollars, and I don't needlepoint and I didn't know how to. And at one point I was considering like taking a picture of that and trying to chart my own because I couldn't find it. And then lo and behold, I found one for $10 on eBay. So Christmas Capers is mine, and I love it. My husband thinks I'm ridiculous, but it doesn't matter. I love it. It's getting stitched. It's gonna have pride of place in our house at some point for Christmas season. Love these silly raccoons. They're just adorable and they make my heart happy. The other Charlie Harper pattern that I bought, because this was a shop that had a lot of out of print patterns, was Cardinal Courtship. And again, like I said, if you're from Ohio, you know the state bird is a cardinal. And again, this just made me laugh because it's got a male and a female cardinal. The male cardinal is the red one. And you can see that he's feeding the female cardinal. And again, it made me laugh because my husband does all the cooking in our house because I just don't like doing it. I can cook and I do cook, but it's just not my favorite task. And so it was funny to us. And he saw it and he was like, nope, you gotta buy it. So I bought it. The other thing that I bought this week was, again, Pam and Steph enabled. Pam is starting the I'll Be Home sale. She started on her birthday. I didn't get my pattern in time. I ordered it before then. It just didn't get here. So here is the series. I will be starting that this week, and I will be starting with January, and so I'll be joining in on that sale. And then when I ordered this pattern, I didn't know you got a freebie with it, but I got a freebie. It is the Patriotic Summer Series Hope Hen, and these are from Twin Peak Primitives, if you wanted to know, because I didn't say that. And then the last pattern haul I got was Ink Circles Arranging the Sewing Kit. I'll figure this out again, I promise, guys. I really will. But I bought this for my mother. So my mother is a prolific quilter. She's made me some very, very beautiful quilts. So I'm going to be stitching this for her for Christmas, which is also her birthday. So happy birthday, Mom. You're seeing this if you ever find this, which you probably won't, but that's okay. So that's what I bought for her. And then on to non-pattern related haul. So I'll preface this by saying I forget where I saw this for the first time. Actually, I think it was an ad from the Fat Quarter Shop, and I couldn't figure out why you would buy it. So it is this cross-stitch key. As you can see, it's got the counts at the bottom, and on the side it's got a tiny little ruler, and then it's got a corner gauge at the top. So for the longest time, I couldn't figure out why you would buy that. It's kind of pricey, and it doesn't go to 3 inches, which is what a lot of framers I hear recommend, and even our framer here won't really touch something unless there's 3 inches, so a 2.5 inch corner guide doesn't really do anything. And then originally I had bought this, which is an Omni grip quilting square kind of thing. It's 3.5 inches, and that's usually what I use as my corner guide because it gave me plenty of room. Until this week when I was planning out one of my next projects that I was going to start and couldn't figure out what count of the fabric was because it wasn't anywhere on there, and I was trying to make sure that the fabric was big enough. And then I realized why people probably purchased this. Like I said before, it's got a grid counter at the bottom and on the side, so like it'll tell you what count your fabric is if the holes match up with the lines. Yeah, I get it now, and hence why I bought one, because I can't count to 28 or 32 or 36. I think it even goes up. It goes up to 32 count is the most it goes up to. But yeah, so I bought one of these. It shipped really fast. I did not buy it from Fat Quarter Shop. I bought it from Mad Reminders on Etsy. Same place I got Struttin' from. So that saved my buns when I talk about what I'm going to be doing in the next week and what I hope to accomplish in July. But we have one last piece of haul, and that is this bag. So I was hunting for a cross-stitch supply bag on Etsy, and through a lot of the websites, trying to find something to take my notions with me and keep them a little bit more organized, and never really found something that was good. And then I think Kia posted this on her packing for StitchCon video or something like that, which she did with Tech Guy, and I fell in love. I can't sew. To be fair, my mom put me in sewing classes when I was younger. I did home ec. I can figure it out. I'm just not good at following patterns, and this was above my skill level, and I've asked my mom to make me so many things that I was just like, I'm gonna give you a break, Mom, and buy this off of Etsy. And so this came from Babs Brennan Handmaids. She's in the UK. But if you can see inside, I'm gonna try and show you. It's got 3 little zipper pockets on the inside, and the pattern is just adorable. And so I love it. So all of my stitching stuff is gonna go in there. And I bought that because I like to take stuff with me when I go places, and I really needed something that would work. I do have a cross stitch go bag, which will not be replaced by that bag, but this is for when I like go home and stuff to visit my family. So that brings us to our next portion of the video, which is my plans for this coming week. So as I've kind of already talked about a little bit before, I am planning on starting the I'll Be Home January pattern of this house right here for Pam's Sal. So I'll be starting that this week. Giant Harry Potter, we are going to try. Wendy is already there. Kate and I are sillily behind. It's not even funny, and she got her fabric and started way after both of us, but she's Wendy the Flying Needle, so she's crazy, and we love you, Wendy, but I'm behind you. So my goal for that is to do the right side of the pattern, and you can't really see it on this, but I'm gonna try anyway. Oop, I just dropped one of my cross stitches, but that's fine. This is not what the pattern looks like. That's what the pattern looks like. So if you can see on the left-hand side, might be your right, I don't know, where the red scroll banner is, at the top, you'll see the Gryffindor and Hufflepuff banners. That is our goal for this week, are the side banner, the side scrolls, and then the Gryffindor and the Hufflepuff banner. So tomorrow, if you are in the States, so I'm filming this on Friday, it's going to get posted on Sunday, so it'll be tomorrow, today, and yesterday when you see this. I am starting Lady of the Flag. I paid way too much money for this pattern, but it was kind of a unicorn chart that I found on eBay, and I don't know how to keep this like straight and flat, y'all. I don't really know how to do that. I'm just going to put it in front of my face because that works out really well, actually. So that is the pattern. And that brings us to what that cross-stitch key saved me from. So I bought that pattern last year when I was about 6 months into stitching. Had no idea what I was getting myself into. And really, 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 really wanted to stitch that pattern. And I still really, really, really do. So I bought everything. I bought the kit, I bought the bead pack, I bought all the floss, I bought all the Krynic, and I bought fabric. Fabric. I'm going to preface this in saying I hate stitching on anything below 16 count. I just hate the coverage on it. It's not my best. It's not my favorite. I just don't like it. I don't like it. And the pattern, of course, the cross stitch that I just dropped on the floor was the Love MD one, and that was on 28 count platinum linen, and I hate the coverage on that. I will never be stitching on 28 count again, probably. The only reason I switched over to 28 count on that one, and I did stitch it on 32, was because the crab charm was way too big, And I was like, it can't matter that much. It's only 2 holes for an extra inch. Like, oh, but it made a difference. It really did. So I bought 28 count when I had first started because I was intimidated by linen, and it was the preamble fabric. And so I'm prepping it for this week, and then I realize it's 28. I hate 28. I really, really do. It's not my favorite. I don't stitch on 14 count. My favorite thing to stitch on is 16 count or 32 count or even 18 and 36. That can be a little bit hard to see, so I don't really like to do 36 as often. I will do 18 count if it's on Ada. So that came to my dilemma. So I was trying to figure out how do you center something around printed text on fabric, because it had like the We the People, which I didn't want to cover up with really the actual stitching of Lady of the Flag. So I was trying to figure out that, and then I realized my fabric wasn't the right size. So when I bought it, it said you could stitch Lady of the Flag on it, but the measurements are not enough to do 3 inches all the way around, nor is it enough to not cover up most of the preamble, which is the entire point of having that fabric. So I'm a little bit heartbroken about this at that point. So I ended up searching and finding Primitive Hair that had it, but of course their Etsy shop was on vacation. So yeah, they were on vacation, so I couldn't order from them, and I don't think they come back until the 5th of July or Monday the 6th. So that wasn't going to work for me because I really, 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 really want to start this tomorrow for July 4th. So I thought about it, and 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 decided that I was going to do it on the called for color fabric, which is vintage lace, or vintage lace, French lace. I think it's French lace. So I'm doing it on 32 count French lace fabric. I ordered it from 123 Stitch on Monday. It's out for delivery right now, so hopefully it'll show up and I can still start it. So that is my biggest plan for this coming week, is to start Lady of the Flag. And I've talked about this a little bit in some of the cross stitch groups I am, but I am stitching Lady of the Flag twice. So when I went to get Lady of the Flag photocopied, because there's no way I'm marking up that chart, no, and I do highlight, so not marking it up, they had to scan the pattern in to print it into the large format printer, because the regular printer can't handle this, because I originally tried to photocopy it before and couldn't get it to photocopy because large format, right? So she asked me, like, do you want the scanned copy of it? And I was like, well, no, that's a violation. And I was like, well, it's only a violation if I distribute it. It's still technically a working copy. And so I thought about it, and so yes, I went and bought a flash drive while I was at Staples, got it loaded on so I can put it into Goodreader so I can actually do it digitally. But this also solved the other problem of what I wanted to do, which was invert the pattern. And basically, well, like, it's not really an invert, it's a mirror image of it. So I wanted to do 2 so they were facing each other. And the reason why I wanted to do that is because on the Lady of the Flag Facebook group, they have a teal conversion of it, and she looks like the Statue of Liberty. Like, it's the color conversion of the Statue of Liberty as she is right now. And I loved it. So I am not stitching Lady of the Flag as charted completely for either things, even though I'm doing one in the called for colors and one in the teal conversion. Neither of them is going to be the full stitch, even though she's being stitched twice. So I am doing the teal conversion and the regular one. The regular one is actually going to be flipped, so she will be the reverse one. She will be facing the wrong way, technically. And I'm doing that because I'm going to do Liberty and I'm going to do Justice. And they're going to be facing each other. And Liberty will obviously be the teal conversion because Statue of Liberty. And then Justice will be the normal one. And I know that there's a Justice Mirabilia pattern. I know. I don't like it. It's not my bag. So I figured, even though they were the same, you know, they have the scales of Liberty and Justice. Like, there's a balancing act there. laws and freedoms and all of that kind of stuff, like what Lady Justice is about. And so I decided to, sorry, I hit the thing that my computer is sitting on, my bad. So I decided to do that. So I'm going to rechart the ribbon on the original to say justice, so it's facing the correct way. So recharts are going to be fun. I'm going to have to figure out how to do that. I don't know how to do that. I am not skilled at doing that at all. So it's going to be an adventure. So my fabric is out for delivery today. I will be starting Lady of the Flag tomorrow. Like I said, the Maryland Love Bits one is almost a finish. So I am going to be finishing that. That should honestly probably get finished today. I'm going to try and finish the Christmas deer pattern this week just because it's a small and I just kind of want to check it off my list. And then that brings us to Giant Harry Potter. It brings us to Pandemic. And then we also have something else that I'm working on for one of my nephews, which is the Clouds Factory Star Wars alphabet. And I tried to get my printer to print off the cover page so I could show it to you, but it would not print that page. I don't know why. My printer hates me right now, so I don't have anything to show you for that. So for Pandemic, moved it on myself, or I didn't bring it over, which is what it actually looks like I didn't do. So for Pandemic, there's a little square in the corner and there's a peacock and a heart motif up at the top, like first page. So that is what I'm going to be attempting to finish this week, is that like top third, I guess, of the page. And then there is one other thing that I'm going to work on this week that I forgot to say again. So we'll get to that. Giant Harry Potter, I already talked about it. It's the banners, the scrolls, and then Star Wars alphabet that I am stitching for my nephew. I'm gonna try and get through the letter F on that. Sorry, I don't have it again. The printer just hated me, and that's fine. It can hate me all at once because it does its job when I need it to, which is actually printing out the charts. And then last but not least, I'm just checking my notes real fast, is I'm going to be working more on my One Nation pattern. I'm going to do a couple more of the stars. I haven't gotten to the States yet, but again, because July 4th, I want to work a little bit more on this, and I'll probably work a little bit on this after I do some stitching on Lady of the Flag. And so that's my plans for this week. Overall in July, I am trying to get through the letter F on the Star Wars alphabet. I know I said I was going to try and do that this week. I just realized that I misspoke. I'm really trying to get through the letter B, which is Jar Jar Binks, this week. I also, this month, I'm going to try and get through the Lizzie Kate Flip It Bit months, June and July. If you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen that. And then I want to finish January of the I'll Be Home sale with Pam. I want to do a page finish on Pandemic, and then do the top 3 pages of Giant Harry Potter. So I have a lot this month, in addition to doing my modelly duties over at the Stitchy Quest to destroy the One Ring, as I try to say wrong ring over and over and over again because I'm talking too fast. So that's it for me this week. Again, I'm Erin, and I am the Crappy Stitcher on Instagram, and thanks for watching. See you next week.